There's number 16. This whole section is dedicated to base clauses with conjunctions. I've already written a couple of them over here. These are the most common ones, and probably being the most common of the most common. I read this sentence ahead of time, and I did see an and in here. Maybe two. So I have to say, one of these I believe ties the base clause together, meaning that we probably either have multiple subjects or multiple verbs, or maybe even possibly both. Here's the sentence. Trembling, he would push himself up, turning first red and then a soft purple, and finally collapse back onto the bed like an old, worn-out doll. I heard a piece of it. It could be true that he would push himself up, but it sounded like more was happening in this base clause, and it looks like it's this and right here that ties the rest of the base clause together. It seems like it could be true that he would push himself up and finally collapse back onto the bed like an old worn-out doll. It could be true that he would push himself up, and then because of this conjunction and, it looks like the subject he does multiple things, and in this case collapse. He would push himself up and collapse back onto the bed. Marks of punctuation include the capital letter, mark, 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 and mark. One of these I think though gets boxed in, and it's going to be this one right here. I know that because old and worn out are both adjectives that modify this doll right here. So the base clause is going to have a comma in it that it's going to look odd in the diagram, but it is true. Step 4, the free modifiers. Trembling. Looks like it's in the initial position here. It modifies he. Turning first red and then a soft purple. Not the greatest highlighter, but I can tell that turning first red and then a soft purple also goes back and modifies the subject. That's a common theme with free modifiers. A lot of them go back and modify the subject, meaning that if this is our base clause, then this is a level 2. It's in the initial position, and this is a level 2. But it's in the medial position. Present participle phrase, and present participle acting like something like a phrase anyway. So this sentence is a 2, 1, 2 slash. So in terms of diagramming it, see if I can do that down below here without having to go into my notebook. Looks like this is going to be a 2, 1, 2 slash, like so. So we got trembling with a capital T, comma. The base clause, he would push himself up, comma, slash, comma, and then the rest of the base clause. And this one's so long, this happens once in a while where I've messed up and that there's the base clause is long because of the conjunction. So let's see how quickly I can get this to dry. Not very quickly, I bet. And finally, collapse back onto the bed like an old, this is the listy comma right here, worn out doll, period. And then the medial modifier gets diagrammed. and that would be turning first red, and then a soft purple. And no marks of punctuation. They're already being accounted for elsewhere. 2, 1, 2 slash.